Well, the left claims to love Hispanics, but that love seems to evaporate very quickly if individuals take the wrong approach on politics. Here's one example. Houston restaurant owner Dominic Lorenzo recently took a photograph with the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions. He said he was proud to host Sessions at his restaurant, which is called El Tiempo Cantina. Lorenzo didn't endorse Sessions' politics. He just said he was happy to serve a prominent American. But that was too far. Now the restaurant is being barraged with calls for a boycott, and Spanish-language channel Univision is leading the attack. Enrique Acevedo is an anchor over at Univision, and he joins us tonight. Enrique, thanks a lot for coming on. So I misread this whole thing. I thought you guys were a news network. I didn't know that you were enforcers of ethnic solidarity, but you are. So your job is to make certain that if a Hispanic in America steps out of line, that you pummel him and make sure he gets back into the herd. Is that how you see your job as a journalist?
Not at all, and I'm not sure if you're referring to a specific news report or something you saw on one of our newscasts, but I have no recollection of
Jorge Ramos,
like
our mutual friend Jorge Ramos, is calling, in effect, for this restaurant owner to be punished because Hispanics are not allowed to eat with Jeff Sessions. And I was just wondering, I thought in 2018, regardless of your race, you could eat with anyone you wanted. But that's not true, I guess, right? According to
that's not what Jorge said. And, you know, I'm not surprised this is happening. This is what a divided America looks like. It's a result of the trickle-down incivility that starts with the president calling women dogs and immigrants animals, journalists enemies of the people, and then it spreads everywhere through the kind of incendiary rhetoric we hear from you or Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham.
So you're saying that Donald Trump is controlling Jorge Ramos's brain? Does Jorge know that?
Of course, Donald Trump doesn't control, I don't think, anyone's brain. Sometimes
you just said that it was Trump's fault that Jorge's calling for a boycott.
I have to say, but to be honest, you know, I think this is what we get when we start, you know, with the hate, the division, with the lack of context, with the resistance to facts that we see in our politics, and that is also spreading to a larger contingent of what we call the media.
So you guys are joining in, I guess so. But did you think when you joined Univision that part of your job would be to attack disobedient Hispanics? Was that in the contract, or is that just like something you discovered when you started working there?
Of course, that's not something that we do at Univision, and you know Jorge very well. You know that.
No, it's something
never
you're
say or
doing
do
right
anything
now.
like that either.
Oh, no. That's literally exactly what he's doing. He's saying this man is Hispanic, therefore he has no right to say anything nice about the Attorney General of the United States. If this guy was African-American or Asian or white, it wouldn't be a big deal, but he's Hispanic, therefore he's not allowed to, because Univision decides what Hispanics are allowed to do. That's kind of a weird position for a news network, don't you think?
There's something to be said about Jeff Sessions, about a man and the moral contradictions of a man that has opposed every effort to reform our broken immigration system in the last 2 decades, that has led the charge to dehumanize and criminalize immigrants, their story, their culture, and then suddenly shows up at a Mexican restaurant to order huevos rancheros. That's like Cuban officials going to a McDonald's to order a Big Mac after a speech on American imperialism.
Wait a second. Was the owner an immigrant? Wait, hold on. Was the owner an immigrant? I thought he was an American.
I don't think that makes a difference. There are a lot of immigrants that are American citizens.
Slow down, hold on. So you're saying if you have a Hispanic last name that you must be an immigrant? Is that what you're saying? I mean, that's not an assumption I make. There are lots of Americans with Hispanic last names. I grew up next to a bunch of them. Okay, so
I mean, why would it be wrong for immigrants that are American citizens? So that's a
I'm aware, but so he's an American. I mean, I'm assuming he is. I hope he is. I hope everyone here is an American. So he's having a meal with the Attorney General of his country, but he's not allowed to because why? Just speak slowly so I can understand this.
I didn't say he's not allowed. Of course he's allowed, and I think every restaurant should serve their clients, and we shouldn't, you know, I'm one of those people who doesn't believe in public shaming and we see a public official, it doesn't matter if you don't agree with his politics or with the administration that he works for. I actually think that we should all be for civility. But this is what a divided America looks like. This is what, and I'm sorry to say, shows like yours or Sean Hannity are feeding.
Right. So, okay, I'm feeding it, right. this is a confusing time, 2018. Who knows what the boundaries are? I'm totally opposed to illegal immigration. I think that our legal immigration level should be lower because the country's getting too volatile. Those are my sincere views. I also like Mexican food since I grew up on the Mexican border. Should I be allowed to eat Mexican food?
No. You know, this is, I think, what people are pointing out, the contradiction of attacking someone's culture, someone's story, and then celebrating their food and celebrating
what do you mean their food? It's American
what they find
food.
convenient to celebrate about their story.
Well, you think you own tacos now or something? I love this. It's so crazy.
No one does, by the way.
Oh, really? Because it sounds like you feel like you own tacos. No. I feel like I do. I feel like they're an American food, and I'm going to keep eating them, even though I agree with Jeff Sessions.
I'm glad you do. No, I think everyone should. Tacos, guacamole, and, you know, we should all celebrate each other's cultures. We feed off each other. It's what makes us
each other's cultures. It's an American
diverse
food.
and
It's an American
feeding
food.
off each other's
You're not
cultures,
going to steal. You're not going to appropriate my culture. I'm from San Diego, man. Those are my tacos. Mine.
Right.
Anyway, thank you. Great to see you.
Great to see you too.